podcast character designs done by Demon Artie. Be sure to follow her over on Twitter at ArtieDemon. Welcome everyone back to the Crimson 15 podcast. I'm your host, Crimson Sen.
MVT PCA.
ATIP454.
Be sure to check us out over on Twitter at C15 Podcast. Join the discussion over on Discord, link in the description below. And if you're enjoying the videos, be sure to sub, like, share, and hit that bell for notifications. We got a remake of The Witches, classic children's book, classic movie, the original. And overall, it's not that bad. It's pretty good.
I think it's an instant classic, personally.
What everyone's gonna compare everything to the original. The original is a better movie because I think because the visual effects are way scarier in the original.
There's more practical effects.
Yeah. Well, you had the Jim Henson.
Yeah, you can't be, but it is nightmare-inducing freakiness in the original.
Yes.
That transformation.
And I think they're a little more gruesome in the original too. Like they're disgusting looking.
Yes.
See, these ones they're scary, but there's like
there's grotesque and then there's scary.
I also do like how instead of like the thing she had like her arms would like crack and grow and stuff. So there's those kind of reminding of like It a little bit.
Yeah.
Because like with the big mouth and the teeth. So it was scarier in a different way. But when something's real prosthetics, real puppetry.
See, that CGI takes away from
like
that.
even when she became the rat in the original, that thing was like, that thing was so gross looking. Mm-hmm. This one, it's scary, but it's CGI.
I think it was a little bit more humor. They try to make it a little bit more fun. Even how they transformed in.
Yeah. And so they took away the scary elements of like the painting. Like I always thought that was
really
way
creepy. That was
scary.
super creepy.
That will always scare me. Every time I see those like oldie type paintings of like a cottage next to like a riverbank, I'm like, there's a little person in there. I know it. they're gonna peek out. They're gonna look at me. Like if I go to like a thrift store and they always have those types of paintings, it's always gonna make me feel like, is that thing really gonna look at me? But overall, I did like it. I did, but I did like stuff that they added. I really, personally, for me, I like how his grandmother was like a religious Christian woman. I like that. I like the fact you say, "Oh, by the Lord save me." She would say those kinds of things because she still believed it.
Yeah. Oh, she was definitely one of the stars of the show.
Oh yeah, everything she's in.
She did.
Everything she does is just great.
Was she the one when she was the maid too in that other one? Jackie just had help. Yeah.
She won an Oscar for that.
Yes, very good actress.
And I like her as a grandma. She's just a great grandma. I want her to be my grandma.
Like that nurturing quality about her.
But I do like the fact that even when he's explaining his grandma, like she'll give you a spanking when you need it, and she'll give you a hug when you need one too.
She was stern but loving. You have to have a balance.
So how did you like they made it to where his parents in the new one, his parents died in a car accident. So that's what orphaned him. I do like the fact they throw in the thing like he was wearing a seatbelt.
Yes.
Wear your damn seatbelts, people.
Yeah. More of the story. All this could have been avoided.
Wear your damn seatbelts.
Wear your seatbelt.
And I did like the feel because...
Well, it's a time period. I think 1960s.
Yeah.
I love the music.
The music's so good.
Yeah, I want to say that seatbelts didn't become a thing until when?
That was the 60s and 70s.
So
barely.
So barely. So these are new things.
I did like how it would make sense that these witches would prey on children no one would care about, and that would be the poor black. But in that time, no one would care if a black kid disappeared. Mm-hmm. No one would no one's throwing up any roadblocks for that.
No.
And I did like that because that would make sense.
And I'm so glad they didn't fall into the modern trappings of being SJW.
Yeah.
None of that.
Because it makes sense in the time period that's what happened. But it didn't shove it in your face.
No, it was just a thing. It was there.
Even when they went to the hotel, like all the porters were black guys.
Because that would be the case.
And I also like how the fact the first guy comes up, he's like, Are you in the right place, ma'am?
Yeah,
like he just couldn't even imagine the black person couldn't even stay here.
Yeah.
And like when she tried to tip him, he's like, "No, ma'am, you keep your money."
Mm-hmm. And I like the Stanley Tucci character. He wasn't mean to them at all. He treated all the paid people like regular guests.
Yeah.
He's a perfect
was funny. He was
concierge butler guy.
Yeah.
Perfection. Even though Mr. Bean, I always want to call him Mr. Bean in the original, good, but he just has that toitiness about him. It's just great.
I like the new guy had like that toitiness of the Mr. Bean had that kind of a-hole.
Yeah.
Kind of like,
know it all.
Know it all. There you go. Yeah.
Something about concierge, the guy who runs the hotel, is always that special kind of person.
Yeah. I thought the only person who did better would be Victor Crons. He always complained the concierge like no one's business. I love that guy.
He was born to be that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But so the story structure, and I also liked how when she met the witch when she was a little girl. She had her friend got caught by a witch, and they were doing their chores, and here's a piece of candy. And of course,
right.
How often would they even get candy?
Probably never.
So now you're talking, she was a little girl around the 30s, so I
Yeah.
could definitely think it was a rarity during the Great Depression to even get anything like that.
And on top of that, how many times do parents tell, hey, if you see a strange man, don't talk to him? But how many times they would say back
strange
then,
woman.
you see a strange woman?
Oh,
don't talk
and
to
she
him.
looks like a well-to-do, nice white lady, so I'm going to...
talk to this person.
But-
And I felt like that was kind of a messed up catch, you know.
And I think she was also the star too, the main where she hammed it up a perfect.
Oh, see,
perfect.
okay, comparing the two Coven witches, the heads, Anne Hathaway's great.
But Angelica Houston,
Just
she has a presence about her.
when she comes in, usually like, oh, this is some absolutely upper crust, super rich white lady, and she's gonna treat you like crap.
Eyes
yeah.
to the ground.
Yeah, you don't look at her.
Where the characters and how things they go, like if you look at it this one, not as much, but especially in the first one, if you just twist it a little more, it could be super scary.
Yeah.
Like it's right at that point, if it tipped over,
Yeah.
it could get really creepy fast.
What did you think about Anne Hathaway's accent?
I thought it was fine. I
thought it was
loved it.
fine.
She
I
hammed it
thought-
up.
yeah, you were playing it up, but I think that was for the time setting and how they were trying to make it a little bit more family friendly, a little bit more funnier. I think it was good.
I like how they made fun of it too. Because the guy's like, "Excuse me," he's like, "What?" He couldn't understand what she was saying.
And I didn't research it, but I wonder what is it against garlic against witches, because I don't remember that being in the first.
Yeah, that was a
Maybe it was in the
thing in the
book.
soup.
Oh,
Or maybe it was in
yeah,
the
I need
book,
to reread
maybe.
that.
I don't know. But I feel like all the actors saw the old film and they were like, you know what's hamming up? What's
Yeah,
like
let's have
everyone
fun. We're gonna
just
have fun
boom.
with this.
Yeah.
They just talking about just randomness in the movie. In the new one, she's super strong.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like she busted that headboard, and that thing's like solid oak.
She's strong. She can stretch her arms out. She
And I
can
think
shoot
it's
lightning.
showing that she was probably the oldest living.
She has the
one.
most power.
Yeah.
So, but I did like the fact. Another thing that shocked me the most, and when he was like, "Yes, ma'am," "No, ma'am," I'm like, "Oh my god, kids can talk like that." that's the thing that actually shocked me when he was in the makes you one of those nails.
Yeah.
And he's like, "We better hurry up." "Well, yes, ma'am," and he goes and does. I'm like, "Oh my god, he's being a good kid." I love
thought
it.
another part was funny is that the mouse that he had as a pet the whole time was actually a kid.
Another kid.
Started talking. Wait a minute, you can talk.
Here, that was I would kept getting ready for here we go. Here's the moment where they're gonna bring in like a modern thing, because I honestly thought the girl mouse was gonna be the hero,
Yeah.
and they did. It looked like it was gonna be that way.
She
and it
was a
did.
little assertive at first, but then they
But
cut
also
it.
showing that they all work together as a team. You
Yeah.
have to be a team in order to.
Well, first she
conquer
was a
this.
little bit headstrong, and then it kind of went back.
Yeah.
which
I
I liked.
liked the main kid was the one coming up with the idea of how to save everyone.
But also how to maneuver and stuff. I've been this way for a little bit longer than you, so you're gonna have to listen to me. But
Because she's been a mouse for a while.
But he
Yeah.
has a good plan though. So like I said, it was a team effort. And
was
Bruno
very good.
Bruno was there for moral support.
He was there to eat things. Boy, you need some other time to get everybody killed. I just just talking about from scene to scene when they were mice. I liked, but one thing I didn't like was like in the original, like Bruno's parents were scared. Like, oh, what are you gonna give me
Yeah.
this rat for? But like, okay, spoilers, getting to the end. Like they didn't after he even spoke. The mom didn't want him.
That was a little odd.
I
It was a
didn't
little
like
odd.
that at all. I'm like, really?
Now, how
But-
bad your parents can be, you can hear them talk. You're not on drugs, so you know you're actually hearing them talk. So what's
And you're
the
not
problem?
like drunk or something.
Once you want your kid, is they let them know it's a mouse, but it's better than nothing.
Exactly.
You know what I wanted? Give me that trunk full of money. Damn.
Yeah, I know.
Those are $100 bills. How much money was in that
Well,
dang
the
thing?
thing that's so funny is that I think they might have been thousands. They had $1,000 bills back then. They're talking millions of dollars in that thing.
Man.
Tons
And I love
of
what they're
money.
using it for too. They're gonna go around the world.
Yeah.
The witches. I love that.
The transformation scene in the new one, they fart.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they made it silly.
Silly.
Instead of making it scary.
Because the original, I said, unfortunately, people who've watched it, it haunted a lot of people's memories.
For a long time.
Yeah, it was.
Yes.
So they, we're just gonna make it a little bit funnier. We're gonna make
Yeah.
it a little bit more, not, and also because 2020 has already been scary enough
Yeah.
for a lot of people. So let's just,
But one of my favorite moments from the new one, though, is when she notices her across the room.
Yeah,
when
she
she's
walks
like about
her.
to eat.
Why
She's
did she
like-
go in
I
there?
was like, why are you looking? Stop looking.
I know we're like that. Like I love that moment. I wish they would have went a little bit deeper, but they didn't.
And I like how it showed her being mean because in the
Yes.
original one you see her like throw a baby like down a cliff,
Yeah.
like laughing. It was
Like,
funny.
bye-bye.
So
Yeah.
then she not only says, "I know who you are," then she mocks her for how she turned her friend into
Into a
a
chicken.
turkey and
Yeah.
like didn't care.
She's like,
I thought it was
"Bark, bark,
hilarious.
bark, bark, bark,
It was
bark."
so mean.
I would have
You're
loved.
not
I would have
evil.
loved her to go a little bit more and say like, "I don't forget a face of a coward."
Yeah.
Because she
That's a
ran
good one.
away.
She-
I wish she would have went deeper
Hey,
with it.
I was smart. There's
But
a difference.
speaking about that scene, I loved it when you see like all the steam and you see her put out her hand with the
Yeah.
candy. It's a very cinematic. That look was just a cool shot.
You
Yes.
literally jumped into the book.
That was super cool.
Yeah. It was cool.
And I love that fact that when they first introduced Bruno to his parents and he didn't say nothing because you don't eat with your mouth full, stupid idiot.
Yeah, you freaking more.
And then they tell the concierge, and then he gets out. Well, you have a mouse with you. You go, no, I don't. Well, I can't believe you told me that. And that's what they cooked her up. Like, I'm glad he didn't get mad at her. Like the concierge believed her that
Yeah,
he didn't have.
oh,
mouse.
she's the
just,
guest,
it's
yeah.
just about all those mouse traps. Are you
Yeah.
trying to do something with whatever because they were putting mouse traps
Yeah.
everywhere?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the endings are completely because
Oh,
there's
yeah.
one thing when I was watching, like, where's the good witch? Remember how in the original
She
the
had
witch
an
had a
assistant that didn't really like her.
Yeah.
She followed along, but she really didn't like her and didn't really like the plan.
Well, I guess they want to be different.
so this one I'm like, okay, so how is he gonna become a boy again? And he doesn't become a boy again. He stays a mouse.
They all do.
We didn't see Bruno and the little girl at the
We,
end
we
though.
saw him at the pictures.
Oh
and-
yeah, because he went around like,
Well, we didn't see him at the end.
I don't know if I don't like it
I don't like it either.
because he's a boy. He needs to be a boy.
Yeah.
But I think the message trying to say, no matter who you are, you can make a difference. I
Even
think
if you're
that's it.
Chris Rock the Rat.
Yeah.
I like how he's got a
I
little
like his
goatee.
voice,
How
I
much
like his
older
voice.
is he? He's got to be really old.
Because he's still human on the inside. Because if he was a
Yeah.
real mouse, he'd have been dead a long time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, he would have been gone.
So like you said, because in the beginning it opens up with him like it's like a slideshow, but I guess he's training all the kids to hunt the witches. So basically, go be like a kid, like, oh, you know,
Because they stole all the formula. They
Yeah.
turn people around, so they're going to put it on the witches, turn it on them.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, so the hunter versus the prey, but now the prey is the hunter.
yeah.
Yeah.
So they're going to, of course, then witches are going to want to get little kids. They think all kids are stupid, but then now they have like all the knowledge.
Yeah. And they'll pretty much play coy with them, like, oh, drink this. And
That's
they're
so dangerous to do that to a kid.
I know.
Because they're going to turn them into mice, and they don't just think they're going to kill them.
Yeah.
When they're stomping on a kid. The same kind of joy you get from eating a Sunday sandwich with pacama sauce and that's all. They get all the stupid stuff.
Chris Rock narrated it
He did it. It was
perfectly.
fun. He did a fun
Funny.
narration.
Good
And
job.
so overall, watch both. They're both. The original I think is still better, but this isn't bad.
No, this is
Guys,
good.
the first
Decent
one is
job.
the first one's like an A+, and this is like a B+,
Yeah.
A-. There's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that.
And there's some real tension. Like the part when he's going to be putting the potion inside the soup.
Yes.
And it's like, oh, don't fall over because it barely gets on the edge. Like, oh,
Or
no.
when he tries to steal it so he can become human again, and they're like he's like in a little knit, and they're
Yeah.
pulling him up. He's like, oh my goodness.
And she catches
Hurry
it.
up, get up there.
And she's gonna pull it down, but then the concierge guy comes in and she just lets it go, kind of like
There's some good moments.
Yeah.
So people, oh, it's so awful. It's terrible.
No.
I think we as human beings in 2020 only have two opinions about movies. It's the greatest movie ever made or it's absolute garbage. Things are allowed to just be good. It's okay to be okay. But it's like we're afraid to say, oh, that was pretty good and I liked it. What do you mean? It has to be the worst thing ever.
I think it's the same argument people have with Jungle Book and the new Jungle Book. They're both great.
Oh, they're
Yes.
amazing. I like the new Jungle
I
Book.
do. I
Love the
like
new
them
Jungle
both.
Book.
Yeah, but again, did it beat the classic?
But I think you can like them both for different
Yes,
reasons.
exactly.
Christopher Walken, the giant orangutan. I mean, how can you beat that?
That's true. This is true.
I don't know. The thing is that this movie is not bad, and I think people just want to automatically hate something that's a remake. And sometimes necessarily it can work. It can work. If
And
you got
I
it.
am no insto lover of everything new in
No, I
Hollywood.
don't. Believe
But
me.
I do love how you saw that there obviously were people who cared about the original
Yeah.
film and
That's
about
the
the
thing.
book.
Yes.
Because we're seeing a lot of remakes that are
Awful.
not doing too good in the I care about these characters and I care about
Mulan.
the original film. You just,
The Craft.
Oh, it's so funny. And that's in the crowd. I think I read a review from Entertainment Weekly or something like that saying it's everything the original film rebelled against. So it's
there's a lot of.
Ouch.
If you would have said, "Oh, Lifetime is making a remake of The Craft," that's what I would think that was. Like, I
The
think,
Lifetime
okay,
one.
the Lifetime version of
There
it.
you go.
But this is not it. This is good.
The Oxygen Channel.
so.
You did it.
But at the very end, if you watch all the way through, you see the golden ticket from.
Yes, from
Now that is a tall order.
Ooh.
that
I don't
is a
think
very
can- I-
challenging because so
How?
many people are.
So you're saying the person who wrote The Witches was also...
Yeah, Roald Dahl. He wrote all these
really?
books.
Did he? I didn't know that. Wow.
So
Yeah.
they're going to do a live action remake of Willy Wonka and Chocolate.
Well, we already tried that and it failed miserably.
It's weird.
Johnny
That movie's
Depp.
weird.
Going back and watching it, it's visually because it's Tim Burton.
Yeah.
Visually, of course, you're like, but overall,
I don't know, that movie was something-
I didn't feel
special.
like that Gene Wilder just owned it.
His own magic. It
And
was his
all
own
those
thing.
kid actors did great.
Everything
Yeah.
was
Everyone was perfect.
no, again without going into a review of that original film. It just because a lot of people like The Witches because we grew up with it, but it's pretty unknown.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody knows Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Yes.
Willy Wonka. Everyone knows that
That's
story.
universally loved.
So
Yes.
that this was like a hill to climb. This is freaking Mount Everest on top of Kilimanjaro. How big of this mountain is going to be for them to climb?
It's a difference between climbing like a regular mountain and like climbing the K2, the mountain, Mount Everest. This is a big difference. Big difference.
You have a
Unless
lot
it's
more
a
chance to die.
continuation,
They should do part 2. Doesn't he go to the
yeah.
moon?
like
Yeah,
Charlie.
he does.
That was such a weird book.
The glass elevator.
But why not?
Yeah, that would shock everyone.
So overall, check it out. Have an open mind
It's worth
and have some fun. There's some suspenseful moments. There's a lot of fun moments. So don't just like, oh, everyone's just like, I gotta take my 10,000 word essay about how horrible it was. Seriously.
It has really great music.
Oh, and the music is amazing too.
One thing, they didn't keep the soups, the original. There was the
No,
cress
yeah.
soup and the cockaliki.
One always in New Orleans, so they had to make it look like a Creole. Then
Creole.
other
It sounded pretty good, actually.
Yeah,
Like
the
that-
Creole soup sounded
pieces.
great.
They're like, you know what? I want some of that soup.
Yeah, but then there was the pea soup, right?
Yeah, they bring them with no flavor.
Yeah.
But now, know what I liked about that scene too? When she stood up and all the tables just moved out of her way.
Yes.
It was like they like the like,
Also, showing she's getting annoyed.
yeah, she was getting angry.
And I love about it too, the grandmother was still terrified. Even though her being older,
For
being
the instant moment, she was a child again.
Yeah,
And
when
that
she-
fear that being struck, and you know what's coming towards you.
even when she was in the room, she just was like, she couldn't even
petrified.
move.
But
couldn't
she
even
kept moving
move.
forward. She kept talking, but she's still absolutely scared out of her
Yeah,
mind.
I
it was
think-
terrifying.
I think another thing too, they're just a little annoying point. It's not terrible, but like when they destroyed all the things in that conference room, they didn't get mad at them the whole time.
Yeah, I know. It's like destroyed the whole
The
stage.
stage, like, oh, by the way, you're gonna pay for that. You just destroyed.
Well, she has enough money to pay for
I
anything.
guess, but
yeah, it's all
bring it up.
They had a wrestling event in there.
Women's wrestling event.